Hello everyone. Today I will be discussing this question that comes in Meta Hacker Cup 2023 round 1. This was the problem A. So the problem was, here comes Santa Claus. So the problem was like, Santa Claus Lane is home to n elves, the ith of whom lives xi meter from the start of the lane. As Santa's little helper, you are tasked to assign those elves to work on toys for good little girls and boys. Specifically, each elf should work on some toy and at least 2 toys should be worked on. So these are 2 constraints, and as these elves are working on toys, Santa will supervise them. So in order to supervise them, Santa will go from point to point where the elves working on the same toy meet. So this point P is decided such that it will be minimum of the maximum of x1 minus p absolute difference, x2 minus p, where x1, x2, x3 and so on are working on the same toy. So suppose this is the case. So here these 2 elves are working on the same toy and they will meet at some point P, that is 2 here. So Santa will go to this point, supervise them, then these 3 are working on other toy, they will meet at 10. So Santa will go to from 2 to 10, then 10 to 20, where these 2 elves will meet. So each elf should be working on a toy and there should be at least 2 elves working on the same toy. So what they want to say, I will show the code later. So first I will show the whiteboard. So there should be at least 2 toys and each toy should have at least 2 elves working on it. So there should be at least 4 elves, right? So this is given, like constraint is n should be greater than equal to 4. So now comes the question, this point P that minimizes the maximum of this absolute differences. So this point we have to find this point P. So suppose I will discuss for one toy. Suppose I will discuss for one group and the entire group is working on the same toy. So suppose I have x2, x3 and so on. Suppose elf xi, these all elves are working on the same toy. Okay, so where they will meet. So actually this point P will be average of extremes. So this is the important thing or crux in this question. So average of extreme means it will be x1 plus xi. So in this case x1 plus xi by 2. Okay. So this P point will be this thing. Okay. So suppose it is P1. This is the first group that I created. So as Santa will supervise, we want to find the maximum distance Santa needs to travel. Okay. So now I will show one thing here. Like I have already written this part. This x1 and 2xi are working on it toy 1. Okay, this is just an example. So let's see the second important thing here. So suppose I have all the eaves arranged in the ascending order on my number line. So these are n eaves. So just focus on this. So if I assign these first 2 eaves to a group, then my point will lie somewhere here, right? If I assign third is also in the same group, then this point will shift towards right. This will shift here. Similarly, it will move towards the right from its original position. Similarly, if assign the these2 is to a single group making a toy, suppose T1, they are making a toy T2, or suppose Tm, there are I should say suppose M toys are being built, then the point corresponding to them is P1 and center will move to point P2 and dot till P. So if assigning them to a group, then suppose point is lying here, if I include a elf before xn minus 1, suppose xn minus 2 in the same group, then my point will move towards left. So you can see as we need at least two elves in the same group, then if I assign the first two in the same group, I will get min p. If I assign the last two in the same group, I will get max p, because min p, because if I include someone else in the same group for the first group, then my point will shift right towards the right. So the minimum possible position for this point is only when the first two are in the same group. Similarly, the maximum position for this point is if the last two are in the same group, right? So if there are four elves, then obviously I can assign x1 and x2 to the same group and x3 and x4 to the same, and then find the distance. Suppose it correspond to P2 is correspond to P1, I will just take the average, right? Oh no, not average, average of these two, and take the distance between them, that is P2 minus P. Okay, it will work for 4, it will work for 6 as well. I will take x1 x2 and x5 x6, and rest of the elves will work on the same toy. So it will work for 4, it will work for 6, or you can say it will work for greater than 5 any case, because there will be at least 2 elves in the middle, and all these elves can work on the same toy, because we need at least 2 toy, and we will get 1 toy from here, 1 toy from the last group, and these will make 1 toy, so we will get 3 toys. But the issue is for the 5 case. So let's deal with the 5 case. So 5 case has x1, x2, x3, x4 and x5. So these two are assigned in the same group, these two are assigned in the same, but this elf we left, and he again cannot work on this same toy, like cannot work on a toy alone, because there should be at least 2 elves in a group in order to work on a toy, but he should be working. It is not like he is sitting and not working, so he should be working, but as he is alone, not assigned to a group, he cannot do anything. So this is wrong, right? So we want this x3 to be assigned as this is x2, x3, x4, x5. So what I said, 4 will work, greater than 5 anything, 6 and everything will work, only 5 was the issue. So we will take one group, x1, x2, x3 as my first group, find the point p1, and second group is x4, x5, and this is my p2, and take the distance, suppose it is d1. Similarly, I will take another group, take another case where I will make x1 and x2 in the same group, or and x3, x4 and x5 in the same group. Suppose here I got p1, p2 and I got d2, so I will take max of d2 because we want to maximize the distance traveled by center. Okay, so 5 will also work now, right? For the rest of the cases, first two in the same group, last two in the same group, middle will work because middle point will lie somewhere in here, and for the first two, it will lie definitely on the left of this middle point, and the rightmost point will lie definitely to the right of this point. So we just need to consider this in order to find the maximum distance traveled by the center. We start from here, so then go here and then go to the rightmost point. Whereas in the 4 and 5 case, Santa will travel from the rightmost point and to the leftmost point to the rightmost point. So there will be only 2 points. So now I will show the code. So this was my code. I am taking number of else as input, then creating a long double array. So this is LD is user defined data type. Then I am taking input, then just sorting the array, and for n equal to 5 I am assigning last 2 in a group and first 3 in a group, taking the distance, last 3 in a group and first 2 in a group, and taking the distance and taking maximum, as I said, maximum d1 d2. And for the rest of the cases I will just take first 2 in a group and last 2 in a group and just taking the distance. That difference is my maximum distance center needs to travel, and here you can see this will definitely be greater than this, so I just don't need to take absolute because obviously array is sorted, so I am just printing that. So this was the question. Thank you very much for listening.